The Pinky Show. Hey, the girl Pinky, Pinky, and I'm so fine. And today, Pink Panthers, we're going to talk about All American Homecoming Season 1, okay? Now, I know this is a long overdue video because I posted on my Instagram and my Facebook that we're going to be talking about it. So, I don't have an excuse, but here we are, okay? Before we start this video, make sure you drop it like it's hot on that like button. Make sure you get low in the comment section. Make sure you're shaking like a salt shaker on the subscribe button and turn your post notification bell so you can know when the video is going to be here, okay? Because the bell go ring-a-ding-a-ding, 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 ding, 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 ding. Okay, now, I'm not gonna lie, this video is going to be long because I'm going to talk my spit, okay? Because I ain't gonna lie, this show slapped. I ain't gonna lie, like, they did good on this spit off, which I knew they would, but, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so, the show is based off Simone going to college. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like out of all characters off of All American, I think I would have rather had Darnell, that was the guy that Spencer's dad helped raise, like with his girl, like his Spencer's dad girlfriend's son, Darnell. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I would have rather him get a spinoff, or maybe he will be on this spinoff, but it's okay. I love Samoa. No tea, no shade. I'm just saying, like, I was very surprised when, like, this show was going to be all about her. I was very surprised. I was shocked. I ain't gonna lie. Because, you know, I saw her and Jordan. We'll get to that in a sec. Okay, but first, I'm going to talk about the plot of the spinoff, the cast, and I think while I talk about the cast, I'm generalizing the whole storylines, okay? Because, like I said, this, for it to be 13 episodes, all 13 episodes, I went through it, okay? I literally went through it. Like I said, this show slapped. So, let's get into it. Here we go. So, All American Homecoming is an American sport drama television series created by Nakishi Okro Carroll that premiered on the CW on February 21st, 2022. It is a spinoff of All American. In May 2022, the series was renewed for a second season, which is set to premiere on October 10th, 2022. So this October, season 2 is coming out. But when it comes to like All American OG and this All American, I ain't gonna lie, I like to wait till they get on Netflix so I can binge watch. So I'm gonna wait till they get on Netflix, okay? The plot. In this spinoff from All American, Simone Hicks leaves behind her boyfriend Jordan in Los Angeles and attends Princeton University, a historically black college in Atlanta, Georgia, where she decides to pursue her dreams of being a pro tennis player. Also attending the school is Damon Sims, a fellow freshman who is navigating the university after rejecting an MLB draft to continue to play baseball for Princeton under the guidance of his coach, Marcus Turner. Also included is Amara Patterson, Simone's aunt, who teaches journalism at Princeton. Okay? Now, before I talk about, like I said, the storylines and all the other characters, this is also what I have to say. First of all, I thought we was never going to see All American Homecoming because first they said they wasn't going to put it on Netflix, which my thing is, if All American OG is on Netflix, why wouldn't y'all put the spinoff on Netflix? Then they said, oh, well, it's probably going to be on either Hulu or HBO Max. I was hoping it was HBO Max because I don't have Hulu. And then they said, oh, it's going to be on HBO Max, or blah, 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 blah. So they gave us a date. I was ready for it. You know, I'm telling Dragon, hey, Dragon, how you doing? I'm telling Dragon, like, hey, yo, like, we're going to be watching the spinoff. Me and him talking, it's the actual date. Where is it though? Where is it? Where's the show? Where is the show? It's nowhere to be found. So, you know, days going by, weeks going by. Then he hits me up. He's like, hey, yo, go on Netflix, right? Right. So I'm going on Netflix. I'm watching YouTube. You know, I'm watching YouTube videos, whatever. He's like, hey, yo, go on Netflix. I go on Netflix. I see it. I'm screaming. I'm like, ah! Like, I'm screaming. Like, I'm like, this is not it. Like, this is not it. I made sure it was in. I clicked on it. It said 13 episodes. I was like, okay. I told him, I was like, bet I'm watching it the next day. I watched it the next day. And then I binge watched it for 2 days. For 2 days. I watched most of the episodes like the next day. It's not today, but the next day. And then I finished it. Like I said, all 13 episodes, I went through it. Here we go. I'm sorry, I probably didn't care about that, but I wanted to tell y'all because this was like the experience yeah. Okay, so here we go. The actual review. Here we go. So I feel like I'm spitting and I'm so sorry. I hope y'all don't see that. That's not cute. I feel like I'm going through it. Like, is it mucus or is it, TMI. Anyway, so I hope I say her name right. Is it Gurfy or is it, I think Jeffrey Maya as Simone Hicks. So Simone Hicks, I love Simone. I was team her, team Jordan. I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty cute. Like, they were giving me grown sexy junior year, senior year. She's like, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Like, you know, he put a ring on it, everything, right? But Simone, you were tripping though. Simone, yoo-hoo, hey girl, you were tripping though, because Simone, let's just go through her adventures. Let's just go through it. So she's at Brixton, okay? Oh no, first of all, she says goodbye to her baby, her and adopted parents of her son Shay. They're close. They're going to keep in touch, whatever. Okay, boom. Jordan's right there. She said goodbye. Love you. I'll call you when I get there, you know, whatever. She gets to Brixton. My favorite character. Hold on. I was about to say Nick. Is that her name? Hold on. What the fudge? Okay. Nathaniel. I said Nate, not Nick. Why I say Nick? Nate. She gets welcomed by Nate and Keisha. Okay, cool. Boom. She gets to a dorm by herself. She has a dorm by herself. Everything. She has a dorm by herself. She's nervous. She wants to call, text Jordan. She misses Jordan. She misses baby Shay. Da. Then she partying, whatever. She sees Damon. She finds out Damon is the co-ed door. She's like, Damon's going to live here? Bet. Say less, right? So then, she partying, they're talking, whatever. Then her mama kind of, I guess, canceled her tuition. So she couldn't live at the dorm. So she had to stay with her auntie, which, no offense, I would have lived with my auntie in the first place. Are you dumb or are you dumb? Like, I would have lived with my auntie. Forget a dorm. I would have lived with my auntie. Are you serious? I would have lived with my auntie. Right. So she lives with an auntie. All her friends, they're like, we're going to be here. I got your bag. Da. And then she already has, like, friends. So her friends at 80 was like, oh, my God, we should, like, all come here and have family dinner once a week. Right. Okay, but let's get to the nitty-gritty. So she's trying to be a pro tennis player. I don't want to say she's kind of slacking, but she's kind of slacking. Thea's giving her a run for her money. Oh, Thea. We don't get to Thea in a bit. What is wrong with her? Anyway, so, her and Thea, they're kind of da. She's kind of at the bottom with tennis, but then she works her way up. Yeah, I'm trying to see, is that it? Oh, and I'm going to get with her and David. That's towards the end because her and David, woo, wowzers. Anyway, Peyton Alex Smith as Damon Sims, a nationally ranked high school baseball prodigy. I like Damon. He seems like a very nice guy. He's not a jerk. Thank God. He's not a typical boy athlete. Thank God. Clearly, he likes Simone. Duh. It's not rocket science. You can just look at him. He's drooling. Okay. Um, he's best friend with JR. I love JR. One of my faves. Love JR. Damon is, he keeps on saying he rejected an MLB to be at an HBCU. He rejected an MLB to be at HBCU. Damon, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that every episode. You rejected. I'm not going to lie. You're kind of dumb for that. Ain't no way in heck I'm going to. You could have went all the way to the pros, but you chose to go to college instead. I mean, get your education. I feel you, but you was going to be set for life. Like, you was going to be set for life. And you Anyway, he's adopted, and his birth parents went to Princeton. I think that's really why he chose to go to that particular college. It wasn't just the fact, because I really want to get my education at an HBCU besides playing pro baseball. I don't think it was that deep, but I think he really did that so he could find his birth parents. His adopted mom is kind of out there. I grew towards her, like towards like the season, but at first I'm like, Damon, your adopted mom, something wrong with her. His adopted dad has dementia. That's very sad. And like I said, he's trying to find his birth parents, and he's close to Samoa. So I'm gonna get to him in a second. Kelly Jenrette as Amara Patterson, a successful journalist turned journalism professor and Simone's maternal aunt. So she is Simone's aunt, which is Simone's mom's sister. So her auntie and her mom, they're sisters. I like Amara. I was feeling her Marcus. They had a vibe. Who is the baseball coach? They had a vibe. Turns out they used to date in college, but I guess they broke up kind of suddenly. She never really had closure about their relationship. So when she finally gets it, she's like, okay, whatever. But I feel like they're going to get back together, which I am here for it. I want her and Marcus to get together, you know. But also she is the one that kind of got the other coach fired, because turns out he was like, he created fake classes so the guys on the baseball team can like still play. So yeah, so she ended up busting that coach. So Marcus was the assistant coach, and now he's the actual baseball coach. So, and Marcus ended up giving her the tip. So yeah. So Corey Hartred as Coach Marcus Turner, and Blunt, baseball coach who played at Princeton University and was drafted into pro ball, only to have an injury sideline his career. I like Marcus. He's very much like all serious, you know, but he really loves the baseball team. He wants to do everything that he can to save the baseball team. The baseball team is kind of going through it. If they don't do well this semester, the baseball team is going to get cut. So it's up to him and the baseball team to give them their all so the baseball team won't get cut. So yeah, and I think I want to say he's not bipolar. He has a condition. He's on medication, and if he doesn't take it, then he's gonna have an episode. They had a name for, I don't want to say it's bipolar, but to me it's kind of similar to bipolar, but it's not bipolar. I don't know what it's called, but yeah. So yeah. Um Sylvester Powell as Jesse Raymond Jr., aka JR, an Atlanta native and a varsity baseball player. I love JR. JR is one of my favorite characters. He's so goddamn fine. I'm sorry. He's fine. I love JR. You can tell he kind of, I don't want to say he's in competition with Damon, but you can kind of tell everybody's like Damon, 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 and not really JR, JR, JR. So he feels like he has to really prove himself to get his name out there. And he's in a fraternity. Yeah, I'm gonna get with him in a second because he had a great storyline this season. So yeah. Camille Hyde as Thea Mays, a Queen Bee sophomore and tennis prodigy that gives off slight mean girl tendency. Slight. I'm gonna be honest. I did not like Thea. To me, I feel like Thea was barely on this season. Like she was, but she wasn't. Like it's kind of like you saw her, then it's like, okay, where the heck she go? Oh yeah, that's Thea. It's like, to me, she was barely on this season, so no offense, I easily kind of forgot her. No offense. I definitely want to see more of her season 2, and I definitely I want them to dig in her storyline. She needs to have a bigger storyline, and we need to know her backstory. Because, no offense, she's boring. Sorry, she's boring. She's boring. One more thing. Did I mention she's boring? Thea's boring. She has no personality. Ugh, she's just there. I'm sorry. She's boring. Like, every time she comes on screen, it's like, she brings nothing to she's boring. Then they gonna have the nerve to have her and Damon date? No. Tomato. No, I'm not here for it. I don't like them together. They have zero chemistry. She's boring. I feel like that alone is going to ruin their relationship. She's boring. We're going to get deeper into that. But, she's boring. Gosh. I'm sorry. She's just there. Boring. Sorry. Anyway. Mitchell Edwards as Cam Watkins, Spencer James Crenshaw football nemesis, who is now a student at Brixton. I love Cam on this show. I love it. I love it. Of course, he's here on a football scholarship, but come to find out, he kind of has a condition and he can't play football anymore. But come to find out, he can sing. I was like, the closer I get to you. Like, the vocals was just there. I was like, ing. Like, the vocals was there, baby. The vocals was there. So, I feel like how they left it off, I feel like, well, I guess I can go through it. Okay, so, like I said, he's on a football scholarship. Him and Keisha are kind of getting close. They're falling for each other. Yeah, he has a condition. He can't really play football. So he still has to like be on the sideline and do this and do that because he's on a football scholarship. And what else? So how the season left off is that he's actually going to lose the scholarship. And yeah, during the season, he wanted to do the surgery so he could see, like, okay, like, if I do the surgery, can I play football? But Keisha kind of stopped him to let him, like, really think about going through brain surgery. So yeah, I hope he doesn't do it because brain surgery is really serious. Like that's very serious. So I don't know what he's gonna do next season. Oh, and like I said, he kind of fight his way through singing. Uh, he kind of in like a acapella group, you know. So hope. So I have a feeling he's going to have to quit football and just focus on music. So maybe music is in his future. Um, he comes from a musical family. I feel like, no offense, it was kind of out of nowhere. Like how like um actors and actresses on different shows, like they're acting on the show, their character is one thing, then out of nowhere they end up singing, and you're like, okay, the actor and the actress can sing, and then they're singing all the time on the show. It's like, okay, like it's kind of random. It's like it's kind of random, but because we, like I said, on All American OG, we know Cam as being, a football player. He does everything to go to the next level to football. Him and Spencer was beefing. Now him and Spencer are tight. You know what I'm saying? So now he kind of can't play football. Now he's turned to music. So it's a beautiful thing, but how he's getting there is sad because he's going through it. So we don't know what's going to happen to Cam in season 2. So we shall see. Um. Oh yeah, and he also told Keisha if he loses his scholarship, how the heck is he gonna pay for college? So, like I said, season 2 is gonna be real interesting for Cam. It's really gonna be interesting, and I love how him and Simone are cool now. Because he was he was the best friends, but he was cool with Simone baby daddy. So that was kind of weird, but him and Simone, they're cool now. Um. Netta Walker as Keisha McCullough, the life of the party, and the unofficial mayor of Brigham University. Her father is the president of the university. I love Keisha. She is one of my favorites. I love Keisha. We all need a friend like Keisha. Keisha is giving me like, we gonna turn up. We gonna turn up. Hey, we gonna turn up. Hey, we gonna turn up. Hey, like we go. Like she's definitely the party girl. She is the dorm advisor. I will love her as my dorm advisor. I will like, hey yo, Keisha, can you hook us sister up? Like I feel like she is like the best dorm advisor. I would love to live in a dorm and she's a dorm advisor. I feel like she would definitely be my sister from another mister. Like we're friends for life. We're like this. We're friends for life. Nothing's gonna come between. We're friends for life, basically. So yeah. She has a thing with Cam. You can tell she has commitment issues. I think she's bisexual because she has an ex-girlfriend, but it's kind of like she just slid on it. She's like, oh yeah, and I had an ex-girlfriend. So it's kind of like, okay, are you trying to tell us you're bisexual, or are we just going to assume that you're bisexual? So I was like, okay, because it went from like, because if you remember on All American OG, the homecoming episode, she had a boyfriend. But on homecoming season 1, they never mentioned him. Then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend. So it's kind of like, okay, are you bisexual? It's kind of like, what the fudge? Like that came out of nowhere. So you can tell her and Cam really like each other. Cam wants to be in a relationship with her, but she kind of pushed him away because, like I said, she has commitment issues, and I feel like that has something to do with her mom's death because, like I said, her mom died, and her dad is the president of the university, so they have a good relationship, but you can tell she kind of scared to lean on her dad, so that kind of has her like, she doesn't know how to be in a relationship. She feels like she's going to be a terrible girlfriend. She feels like, why be in a relationship if it's not going to last? Like she has commitment issues. So, she's trying to work on it so her and Cam can be girlfriend and boy, so she can date Cam because she really likes him. But, yeah. So, Yeah. And I feel like she was a very good friend to Nate and Simone. We're going to get through that in a minute. Oh, and she's a medical student, but she really wants to pursue dance. So, but she kind of has a hard time telling her dad because he's pro medical, and she's like, okay, but I just want to dance though. Like, I want to be on Fame. I want to be on So You Think You Can Dance. Like, she wants to be a choreographer. She wants to be a dancer. She wants to be the next Lorian Gibson. She don't want to be the next Cam Reese for Different World. Like, she don't have time. So, which I was surprised because when she first said, "Oh, I'm a medical student," I was like, I cannot see you being a I cannot see you being a doctor. No offense. When I think of med students, to me, you have no life. You're forever studying. You're forever in the books. You're forever learning a big word. You have no life. And you're going to be in school forever. Like, that's what I think of. So, she likes to party. So, I was like, how the heck is she going to be a doctor if she loves to party? Like, I'm just like, she's a very smart girl, but she loves to party. So, like, how would she go study if she always go to a party? Like, that didn't make no sense. So, when she said, oh, if I want to be a dancer, I'm like, oh, okay, now that makes sense. Because, that makes sense. Because I'm like, how the heck is she going to be a doctor studying and she always party? I was confused about that. I was like, yeah, I know you want to be a dancer. Because I'm like, okay. Anyway, love Keisha though. Now, my favorite character, Royal Ivy King as Nathaniel Hardin, aka Nate. It says season 2, recurring season 1. Simone and Keisha, non-binary, gender fluid friend. I love Nate. She was definitely giving me life. I want to see her more in season 2 because we saw her in season 1, but to me, she really didn't have a storyline. I feel like Nate was just that friend. Like, I'm here for you. If you need anything, I'm always here for you. I'm going to support you. Which is nothing wrong with that, but she was the best character. Can she have a storyline next season? Like, can she not be in the background? Can she have a storyline next season? Sorry. Like, I want to see her more than Thea. No tea, no shade, but I'm just saying. Anyway, let's get to the juice. Let's get the juice. Simone Damon. Sorry, y'all. Let me get. I feel like milk is in my nose, and I can't talk, and I can't breathe. Simone, you are very disrespectful. You are disrespectful. You are disrespectful. Simone, you and Jordan went through a lot of things. When I mean a lot, I went from telling him he was a follow your baby to being in love to marrying the dude to not marrying the dude. Y'all been through a lot. Y'all, I want to say y'all at least dated junior year, senior year. That's how I want to say junior or senior year. And y'all were married, technicality, y'all were married. But as soon as you leave, you already up under a different guy, which is Damon. Simone, you are very disrespectful. I feel you were very disrespectful. And it's coming out of love. It's coming out of love. I'm telling you out of love. You are very disrespectful. You are so disrespectful. Not only Keisha said something, yo, Amy had to look at you like, what the fudge? Everybody and their mama looking at y'all like, are you sure you have a boyfriend back home? Because you up under Damon like, y'all, no, baby girl, you are very disrespectful. Check this out. So, Simone was there for Damon. Okay, be there for your friend. Your friend. Your friend. Be there for your friend. He was there for you. First of all, Damon knows you have a boyfriend. Well, husband. And then she's like, oh, it's boyfriend again. Strike one. That's strike one. Strike two. You and Damon studying. Your boyfriend visits you for the first time. I guess, it was one of those, like, y'all was studying all night long, so you guys fell asleep on each other. So, Jordan comes, and you immediately arising from the sleep. You stood up. And you was like, oh, hi, Jordan. Simone. And Jordan visits you. Right? Right. And all you can think about was Damon, your friends. Jordan is peeping. He's peeping. He's peeping that you and Damon, y'all learn more than something's up, right? That's the first time he visits you. Okay, cool. Excuse me. You and Jordan was supposed to have a long distance, I guess, dinner, long distance. I think it was your anniversary. Yeah. Y'all were supposed to do something on your anniversary. You said David invited you to Chicago. Oh, I can come to Chicago with you to visit his adopted dad so he can find answers about his birth parents. You immediately I'm trying to get my words out because I'm so like, what the fudge? You immediately forgot about Jordan. Keisha had to tell you, girl, is something going on with you and Damon? And Keisha, she dropped gems on you. She said, it feels like you're emotionally cheating on Damon. People need to understand, emotional cheating is a thing. You don't have to sleep with somebody and be like, oh, but we didn't sleep with each other. No, you're emotionally cheating on him. You're having feelings. You're talking about Damon, about everything. You're close to Damon. You can't stop thinking about Damon. You're emotionally cheating on Jordan. Then when Jordan comes back, and he talking on the phone to Layla, you want to feel some type of way. Why are you feeling some type of way? I was here for it. Jordan, let her know. Simone. You don't like what Jordan does to you, but you can do it to Jordan. I'm sorry, Jordan was a real one. Then you go tell Jordan, I am emotionally, me and Damon, we emotionally are we're in an emotional entanglement, and we almost did something, but I stopped it in respect of you. If somebody ever told me that, I'm breaking you up on the spot. Jordan's a real one. You can tell he loved that girl because, baby, if somebody told me that, I'm dropping you from the... As you can tell, I don't like cheating. I don't like physical cheating. I don't like emotional cheating. I don't like mental cheating. Cheating, I don't like. So if you and to me, emotional cheating is worse than physical. Sorry. Emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating. Because if you can have emotion for somebody and y'all didn't even do the Humpty Dumpty yet, imagine what it's gonna be like when you do the Humpty Dumpty. Imagine. Simone, you my friend. Are disrespectful. You're disrespectful. And then you're like, okay, let me go to Cali so I can save my relationship with Jordan. What did you do though? How was you fighting for him? How was you fighting for him? By saying, "Oh, you and Spencer, y'all need to make up." Then you see for yourself that Jordan and Layla got close. Yeah, Jordan and Layla got close. They got close. While you in college, they got close. They got close. While you and Damon getting closer, they got close. That's what happened. I'm done. But she took the breakup hard. You know, she took the breakup hard. But when she had a funeral, okay, now you ODing. I ain't doing all that. Now, and for the longest time, she didn't tell Damon, right? Right. Damon is in a relationship with Thea. And now she feels some type of way. Which we all knew she was going to feel some type of way. And Damon, he did not like Thea. Damon was like, have you ever wondered? Sir, you in a relationship. You in a relationship, sir. I just feel like, I'm not going to lie. Even after all this, is it bad I'm rooting for Simone Damon? Is that bad? I'm sorry. I feel like their foundation is wrong. They do make a cute couple. I'm not gonna lie. They give me grown and sexy vibes. Like, they give me that mature relationship vibe. And not to say that her and Jordan did it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Jordan matured when he was dating Simone. I feel like Simone kind of made him mature. I don't know, it's because she got pregnant at a young age and Jordan immediately was there for her and the baby, so it made him step up and really fall for her. But her and Damon is already like that. Simone doesn't have to mature him. Damon is already mature. And they have chemistry. Simone and Damon, they have chemistry. I'm rooting for them. But I'm going to tell you like this. Mark my words. Simone and Damon, they're going to officially be together either season 3 or season 4. Mark my words. Simone and Damon are going to be together either season 3 or season 4. Mark my words. Now, with Jordan and Layla, I didn't know. First of all, I felt like they broke up Simone and Jordan quick. We all knew they were going to break up. But from my thing is, from them to be in a marriage, y'all didn't even last a semester away. To me, that y'all didn't even last a year, let alone a semester. And y'all were married. That's why I'm like, was y'all really in love? Or, you know, that's what I be saying. Long distance don't work. They don't work. They don't work. So I was surprised they broke up Simone and Jordan like quick. You know, like on the Homecoming and of course on All American OG. And I'm surprised Jordan and Layla are already about to date. You know? But I feel like even though Jordan and Layla are going to date, I don't think Simone and Damon are going to date that fast. Because one, Damon's with Thea. And two, I feel like they're still going to make Simone and Damon like a will they want they couple, even though we all know they're going to be together. That's why I say give them like season 3 or season 4. Then Simone and Damon are actually going to date. But, you know, we'll see. Jordan, don't get me wrong, Jordan was wrong too, but I'm sorry. Simone was definitely wrong. Like, I feel like Jordan he didn't mean to fall for Layla. I feel like Layla was just there at the right place at the right time. Like, I just feel like Layla was there. And plus, I feel like he was really focusing on Layla in football because he didn't really want to be focusing that, oh, my girlfriend, she's away in college, probably connected with another guy. He didn't want to think about that. So his focus was on football and Layla. I felt like Layla was just at the right place at the right time. So Layla was just there. I don't think he meant to fall for her. I just feel like I said, right place, right time. Simone, on the other hand, she was always with Damon. So I felt like Simone, out of Jordan and Simone, if I had to choose who was like really in the wrong, Simone, she was disrespectful. And I was here for Keisha, because Keisha was the only one that told her, girl, you need to stop checking on Damon and start focusing on your boyfriend. That's why y'all not the way y'all were. And I was here for it. I'm like, tell her, you a real friend. Tell her. Anyway, moving on. The next big storyline was Damon and JR's friendship. So JR kind of had a hint. He found a baby boy picture that looked just like Damon. So JR knows that Damon is adopted, but for something, JR has this hunch feeling that maybe him and Damon are brothers. So JR told Simone. Now Simone thinks that maybe Damon could be her auntie and Coach Marcus' child, because Auntie told Simone, like, oh, it's complicated. Something happened between me and Marcus that that nobody will understand. So Simone is like, so did y'all have a baby? So as JR is telling Simone the information, Simone is thinking maybe they could be Damon's birth parents. But excuse me, JR and Simone, they're kind of in secret. They're trying to investigate. They're trying to figure out, like, how, they're having plans, this and that. Damon peeps it, but he doesn't say anything at first. Right. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't seen this show in a while. Like I said, this review is long overdue. I hope y'all still watch it. I'm sorry. But like I said, this season was a lot in 13 episodes, so please bear with me. So, I want to say JR told Damon, or Damon found out. I think Damon found out, so JR eventually told him, like, all the secrets that, the plans that him and Simone were doing. And JR was like, listen, I think you might be my brother. So JR is trying to explain to Damon, and Damon is like, yeah. So JR and Damon, they took a DNA test. It came out negative. Okay? Bear with me. It came out negative. So, they're like, okay, we're not brothers, whatever. But Damon is still trying to figure out who his birth parent is. That's the mission. He said, yeah, I want to do good at baseball, but my other focus is trying to figure out who is my birth parents. Like, where did I come from? Who are you? Like, who is my birth parents? So, him and JR, they're still talking. JR is still helping him. Simone's helping him. They're still trying to figure out who are his birth parents. So, he eventually, Damon told his mom, he's like, look, Mom, I'm trying to find my birth parents. Do you have any idea, any clue? She said, no, son, I'm sorry. Your dad took care of all of that. It was a closed adoption. So, that's when him and Simone went to Chicago to, his Dr. Mom was like, hey, come to Chicago. Your dad is having a good day. Maybe your dad can figure out about your birth parents. He said, cool, bet, I'm on my way. Him and Simone went to Chicago. His dad is not really painting the picture until he said, I met this woman at this place. So, David figures out that's JR's mom, right? So JR mom visits him. So he asking JR, can I please talk to your mom? Because maybe she know who my birth parents are. So Damon and the mom, they're talking. He said, do you know my dad? Blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, she gets all weary, this is at third. JR is like, yo, what the hell did you say to my mom? So David explains to him, this is that third. Kind of find out, JR's mom told him the story, she says, I might be Damon's birth mom because because she said me and Damon's adopted dad had an affair and we had a baby together, right? Right. So now they're thinking, okay, JR birth mom is Damon's mom. The JR mom took a DNA test, Damon took a DNA test, JR's mom is Damon's birth mom, right? So, it's like, okay. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was right. Because I said that. I was like, watch his adopted dad really be his birth dad, but JR's mom is his mom. I got it right. But when Damon finally, okay, so it was this one part in the scene where Coach Turner, he had an episode. So Damon's dad, I'm not Damon's dad. So JR's dad ends up being the substitute coach for the baseball team, right? So Damon finally told JR's dad, he's like, yeah, so come to find out, me and JR were half brothers, and you convinced, JR's mom to get me up for adoption because you didn't want to raise another man's baby. Which is understandable, but nah, Damon and JR, they should have grew up together to know that they're brothers, and they should have kept on having a close bond with each other. But kind of find out is another twist. JR's dad say, hey, I'm your birth dad. So Damon and JR are like, what the fudge? I am Damon's birth dad. So come to find out, I know, my thing is, as a viewer, I was like, y'all should have just had JR parents be his birth parents. Like, why do we have to go into clues? Like, oh, it's come to find out JR's mom and your adopted dad is your birth parents. Then go come back with another twist. Oh, it come to find out JR parent really is your birth. Like, y'all should have just kept that straight from the get-go and just say JR parent. Like, why did y'all have to do the twist and turn? To me, y'all made my head hurt. It's too much. So come to find out, the reason why Damon and JR's blood DNA test was negative because JR was always sick as a baby. So JR, he had a condition, something about losing blood. I don't know. Y'all gotta watch the show. I don't know medical terms. So he had a condition. He was always sick. So I think he had a blood clot or somebody something about blood. So that's why their DNA test came out negative. So they went from not being brothers to half brothers to now full-time brothers. Oh, and also during the season, JR parents are getting a divorce. So there you have it. And how this ends, JR's so their dad is probably going to end up replacing Coach Turner as a baseball coach. So I think their dad is going to end up being the baseball coach. So the old coach that was the coach for Princeton University, he's calling Damon like, hey, the spot's still open if you want it. And I hope Damon does not go to their college to play baseball. I hope he still stays at Princeton. I really hope he does. Lord have mercy. I really hope he does. Oh, now let's go to Thea. I feel like I went through everybody, the important people, except for Thea. Like I said, Thea's boring. I felt like she was so-called the mean girl. Then kind of find out her and Simone kind of bonded a little bit. And she kind of bonded with everybody in the group. Kind of find out Thea had no social... She doesn't know she doesn't have any friends. Nobody really celebrate her birthday. excuse me, she has no dating experience. Pretty much tennis has been her life. So that's all she knows is tennis. So kind of find out, I think somebody tried to hook her up with the guy. I think it was her mom or her grandmother or somebody. And I was hoping this dude wasn't too good to be true, but he was. Cause kind of find out he tried to grape her. I can't say the word because of YouTube. He tried to grape her and Damon ended up defending her. And so that's how she fell for Damon. So it was because they bonded and she's like, okay, I really like this boy. I feel like she only likes Damon because he defended her. Which in a way, I understand, but I'm the type of person, I really need to get to know you before I date you. You know, like, yeah, you're a good dude, but do we have anything else in common? How is your personality? And then my thing is, even though you and Simone are not close, you didn't see that her and Damon liked each other. Like, I don't know, like it's kind of like you didn't get the memo that her and Damon liked each other. So then she found out she's second place. So come to find out, she doesn't. So come to find out, she held a secret from Damon because Damon doesn't know that Simone and Jordan broke up. He doesn't know that. And there was a point where Simone, Damon saw Simone crying. Simone wanted to lean on him, but she said she can't. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, so season 2, Damon doesn't know they broken up. I thought they did, but now replaying into my head, no, they don't. So yeah, I hope that got into. I feel like I'm missing other stuff, but the point, I don't want to make this video any much longer. But like I said, this is a really good show. I'll give this show a 9. All American OG is still better to me. A lot of people saying, I think All American Homecoming is better than the it's a good show, but I still like All American OG better. But yeah, I really like this show. This show definitely is going to do great. I have a feeling it's going to have a lot of seasons, just like All American OG. If you want to watch this show, it is on Netflix. The new season 2, is coming back on October 10th. October 10th on CW. I'm pretty sure All American OG is going to come back on the same day or around the same time on CW. And if you haven't seen season 4, All American OG, it's not called All American OG, but that's how I'm differentiating the two. Yeah, so basically, All American and All American Homecoming are both on Netflix. Go watch all 4 seasons of All American on Netflix, and go watch All American Homecoming season 1 on Netflix. And they're both going to be on CW October 10th. So yeah, and I'll get All American Homecoming a 9. If I miss anything, put it in the comments. Let's talk about it, because this show is a whole lot of. My 3 favorite characters are Nate, Keisha, and JR. So yeah. Did I miss anything? No, I don't think I did. I don't think I missed anything. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. Make sure you like or dislike, thumbs up or thumbs down, comment. Please be prepared to subscribe. Turn your post notification bell so you know when my next video gonna be here, okay? Follow my Facebook at Raven Robinson. That's RAYVEN space ROBINSON. And follow 2 of my Instagrams, one at Show the Pinky and the other at PinkyBear00, okay? And like my saying goes, let's smile, be yourself. Don't worry, be happy, okay? This your girl Pinky, PINKY, and I'm so fly. Holla at your girl.